Congressman, before we get into your thoughts on this CR, remind us what is at stake right now.
I mean, this is really critical. We have, of course, just a few days until the government shuts down. And let's remember what that actually means. That means that there are millions of people across the country that are counting on ensuring that they have jobs, that they have access to their benefits, that they have access to be able to take care of their families. And so Republicans continue to play essentially games with our budget and games with people's lives and their jobs. We're 5 days away, and we still don't have anything on the floor. And quite frankly, even this proposal continues to be a conservative proposal that reneges and goes back on the original deal that was cut by Republicans and President Biden months ago on budget spending levels. And so it's really shameful that here we are on the brink of another shutdown, and the Republican House is in disarray.
What do you think at this point, Congressman, is the best chance of avoiding a shutdown in the next 5 days?
Well, look, I mean, the best chance of avoiding a shutdown would be a clean continuing resolution on Republicans actually getting their act together and actually believing that government is here to actually help people instead of just trying to cut every single department, trying to cut Social Security, Medicare, public education, food stamp programs. And so what the new speaker is actually presenting is likely going to end up being even more draconian if the far right in his party get their way. And so we really don't have a pathway forward right now. This essentially continuing kicking the football down the field is essentially what he's doing, because we will still have to deal with these budgets come January and February. So he is just continuing a problem that exists. And he doesn't understand that people are dependent on these jobs and they're dependent on taking care of their families.
Congressman, I'm old enough to remember a little over a month ago when Speaker Johnson voted against a continuing resolution. Now he is the one proposing it. There's obviously a lot of learning on the job that is happening here. I wonder why you think he is pursuing this path and if he's beginning to come to terms with the realities of his own caucus.
I mean, I think he has inherited a caucus that is essentially empowered by the far fringes of the right. So, I mean, it's folks like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz that control the Republican conference. And unfortunately, we have a new speaker who is incredibly conservative also and extreme that is trying now to deal with the mess this caucus has created. And Kevin McCarthy could not run this caucus. There is no indication yet that Mike Johnson's going to do any better. And in fact, just this proposal that he's putting out in front of us today kind of goes to show you, I think, how little he knows about the budget process. I mean, nobody, not those in his caucus, not his extreme far right, certainly not folks in our caucus, support this process. Nor, by the way, do his colleagues and Republicans in the Senate. And so he has a lot of issues to get through here, and we're going to try our best. So we need to continue funding the government and ensure that people have jobs and access and services across the country.